Recorded Books Incorporated presents an unabridged recording of Burglars Can't Be Choosers by Lawrence Block, narrated by Richard Ferrone. This work is copyrighted 1977 by Lawrence Block. This recording is copyrighted 1998 by Recorded Books Incorporated. Bernie Rhodenbarr tends to work alone. He finds the risks lower and the company better. Some call him a sleuth. Some call him a burglar. But who could resist being hired and pocketing a nice easy fee for a simple break-in? Not Bernie. Nothing's ever simple. And now, Burglars Can't Be Choosers.
Chapter 1. A handful of minutes after 9, I hoisted my Bloomingdale shopping bag and moved out of a doorway and into step with a tall blond fellow with a faintly equine cast to his face. He was carrying an attaché case that looked too thin to be of much use, like a high-fashion model, you might say. His top coat was one of those new plaid ones, and his hair, a little longer than my own, had been cut a strand at a time. "We meet again," I said, which was an out-and-out lie. "Turned out to be a pretty fair day after all." He smiled, perfectly willing to believe that we were neighbors who exchanged a friendly word now and then. "Little brisk this evening," he said. I agreed that it was brisk. There wasn't much he might have said that I wouldn't have gladly agreed with. He looked respectable, and he was walking east on 67th Street, and that was all I required of him. I didn't want to befriend him, or play handball with him, or learn the name of his barber, or coax him into swapping shortbread recipes. I just wanted him to help me get past the doorman. The doorman in question was planted in front of a 7-story brick building halfway down the block, and had been very nearly as stationary as the building itself during the past half hour. I'd given him that much time to desert his post, and he hadn't taken advantage of it. So now I was going to have to walk right past him. That's easier than it sounds, and it's certainly easier than the various alternatives I'd considered earlier, circling the block and going through another building to get into the air shaft behind the building I wanted, doing a human fly act onto the fire escape, torching my way through steel grills on basement or first-floor windows. All of those things are possible, I suppose. But so what? The proper method is Euclidean in its simplicity. The shortest route into a building is through its front door.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?